real, baby. Slow. I know you wanted the real. Glory on, baby. Did the real, willing to go far and beyond. Did the real, saw you came up the other day. Did the real, willing to please you in any way. I said you've been watching me. I know you've been stalking me. I know you like chocolate. Kiss me from the head down to my feet. Baby, Gloria, baby. I know you wanted to real. I know you wanted to real, baby. Slow. I know you wanted to real. I know you're the only one. They call you the only one. You said I'm the only one that can make you come. You said I can do it, baby. You said we can do it safely. You said you want me to cry and from behind. You said Kwame won't go 24/7 on the go. You said did the real running deep in that hole. I'm like, baby, goddamn, I'm on it right now. I'm like, baby, let's get it. Let's do it like that. I know you wanted to real. I know you wanted to real, baby. Slow. I know you wanted to real. They come with the creepy people. She says she wanna know the sequel. To let her tongue go low. She says she likes to do it, tryna dick full of spit. Look at the rail, no hands, let the mouth expand. She got my shit hard and ready. Look the way she like to go steady. Did the rail about to go and let it flow. Baby, you don't wanna let time waste. I know you wanted to real. I know you wanted to real, baby. Slow. I know you wanted to real. Yeah. You getting it warmed up, baby. Was a bitch. All I wanna do is this. Motherfucker don't know. D-Darrell in this bitch. Niggas like to go low, but they can't get with this. Nigga trying to make money. Starting out real hard. Nigga couldn't even go. Wanna know what's the show? D-Darrell on the mic. YouTube streets in the night. Doing all that he could. Nigga gon' keep it hood. But the haters won't top me. Motherfuckers won't block me. Assholes gon' flag me. Motherfuckers can't stop me. Hating ass niggas everywhere. Jealous niggas wanna sit and stare. D-Darrell better be aware. Hating niggas better be aware. Hating ass niggas everywhere. Jealous niggas better sit and stare. D-Darrell better be aware. Hating niggas better be aware. D-Darrell getting lit, yo. D-Darrell like FICO. D-Darrell score higher than a 7-800. That's not a typo. D-Darrell on horizon. Channel growth is higher. Troller trying to play me. They a motherfucking liar. AFW on a corner. Can't depend on honor. She recruit another segment. Now she is a wreck. Lame niggas in another space. Seeing dollar signs in this place. Good guys gon' protect the place. Trying to keep the fucking haters away. Hating ass niggas everywhere. Jealous niggas wanna sit and stare. D-Darrell better be aware. Hating niggas better be aware. Hating ass niggas everywhere. Jealous niggas better sit and stare. D-Darrell better be aware. Hating niggas better be aware. Hating ass niggas everywhere. Jealous niggas wanna sit and stare. D-Darrell better be aware. Hating niggas better be aware. Hating ass niggas everywhere. Jealous niggas better sit and stare. D-Darrell better be aware. Hating niggas better be aware. Free TCTV 2.0. Free TC. They wrong for what they did to my brother. Where you at, TCTV? That was my boy. Hope you come back, brother. Keep your head up. Whatever's going on, keep your head up, brother. Woo! Welcome, everybody. This is D-Darrell with the Conscious Clientele, broadcasting from D-Darrell, the Rebirth. Happy to see each and every one of you on this Saturday afternoon, this Saturday evening. I am chilling like a villain. Right now, I have a lot to talk about. Again, guys, before I get started, give a shout out to my boy TCTV out of Philadelphia. Keep your head up, brother. I don't know what happened to your channel. I don't know what's going on personally with you, whatever, man. But I'm going to say this. Keep your head up. Whatever's going on, you're going to get through it. Just have faith, brother. Just have faith. So, what's up, K Coaching? What's up, Tiffany? What's up, Spot 'em, Shot 'em? I see my boy General D in the house. I see my boy Dr. Bombay is here. You know, we're going to have it going bright and early. What's up, Wars? So we're going to get into this. What's up, Donald Randall? We're going to get into this because this situation actually involves somebody that I really know. And I'm going to say this, man. When it comes to Kwame Brown, he is taking the internet by storm. Right now, Kwame Brown hotter than Kevin Samuels right now. This brother had, early this week, somewhere around 40,000 subscribers. Right now, this brother got over 131,000 subscribers and counting. He's so hot right now, YouTube took down his live stream. And the reason why I think YouTube is taking off his live stream is because I think that it's because he talked about Charlemagne the God, the truth about Charlemagne the God, and I'm going to give you all some stuff from some legal minds who've talked about Charlemagne the God. Legal minds. I'm going to show you some footage of some legal minds that have talked about Charlemagne the God. I'm going to show you commentary from what Kwame Brown talked about. I'm going to show you stuff from that old hating ass Uncle Tom ass Stephen shit, the guy from ESPN. Then I'm going to talk about my cousin Steven Jackson. The Breakfast Club, all those people, man, that was making fun. The brother called Matt Barnes. That shit was funny. Called Matt Barnes Becky with the good hair. I thought that shit was funny. This Negro called Matt Barnes, who used to play for Golden State. He played around multiple different teams. Him and Steven Jackson do the little podcast that they got together going on. Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. Smith, to me, is one of the most biased, unhinged, just does anything for attention sports analysts / announcers that I've seen in my life, or / journalists, whatever that means in this day and time. This guy says any and everything for shock value. That's it. This Stephen A. Smith has said disparaging things about Kwame Brown for years. I'm talking about when it wasn't even unwarranted. Well, every time somebody talk about bust or somebody that's actually a bust, that's the first person he'll bring up. I actually think, for those that have watched basketball for years, I think that Sam Bowie, who got picked above Michael Jordan in the 80s, was a bigger bust than Kwame. Kwame Brown is not a bust. If you're not going to be a bust if you played in the league for damn near 12 years and you made damn near $100 million. They don't sound like a bust to me. How the hell are you a bust and you played that long? Somebody paid you. They was paying this dude an average of $8 million a year for damn near 12 years. You had to have been doing something right. You had to have been. He was doing something that they needed. He was doing something that they needed. And he was doing it very well. There's no way in hell, you're going to play that long without being proficient in something. It just doesn't make any sense. Now, let me get to the reason why this started. The reason why this whole situation started is because Stephen A. Smith talked about Kwame Brown being a bust. He's doing this for years and years. Then Steven Jackson and Matt Barnes made comments about him being a bust. And they said all kind of stuff about him. Look, man, Steven Jackson is my second cousin. But you're wrong when you're wrong. Okay? I understand as a player, and he played over damn near 18 years. And he hadn't been an angel. This nigga done got into fights, and he did some all kind of other shit too. I'm not gonna say it because that's my people. But you shouldn't be talking about what somebody doing wrong, brother. And all due respect. I mean, but Steven Jackson he's been an all-star before. He was a good player. Matt Barnes was a good player. I mean, they entitled to their opinion. But Stephen A. started this shit. And then that led them to comment on it. So when they commented on it, and they started going in on this brother, Kwame Brown was like, look, man, I ain't been in the league for over 20 years. It's time for y'all to let this shit go. I'm not saying that the brother really give a fuck about it. I don't really think he really cared that much. But I do think it bothers him to the point where, look, y'all really taking shit out of context. And I really was not the bust that y'all claim I was. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to show you his response. And let me get to it. This was early this week. Let me get to his channel. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second, guys. The guy got over 131 subs right now. So let me get to it. Let me get to his video. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm going to get to it. This guy was like, I'm going to set the straight, he going to set the record straight on this shit. So it all started a week ago. Listen to this. Fair use. Fair use. Yeah, my correction, guys. It was actually Gilbert Arenas that was on there. Matt Barnes was out, but Matt Barnes actually made comments on this shit too, so I have to include him. But yeah, Gilbert Arenas too. But of all people, Gilbert Arenas is actually the most irrelevant person because he actually, kind of been, he didn't really do much. He didn't say too much, but in the aftermath, as far as responses, but everybody else responded back and forth. Hold on, guys. I heard that there's no sound. Okay, I apologize for that. Um, Damn it. I didn't realize there was no sound. Give me 1 second, guys. I need to see what's going on. I apologize. I was going that long without sound. I'm surprised. I'm just learning of that. Give me 1 second. Let me see what's going on with the sound. Shit. Give me 1 second, guys. Just hold tight. I apologize. They look you up and down. They check your back. Seem like I gotta address a few people today. So I'm gonna address Gilbert Arenas and Steven Jackson on the All the Smoke podcast. First, I'm gonna try to start it off by being, calm and answering some of the things that they said, and then give a little history between the two gentlemen and why neither one of these gentlemen asked me on to their podcast
but they seem to like to talk about me in interviews and things of that nature. And I think I can explain why, because I smell it on them. But so Gilbert came on there and he tried to pretend like a nice guy. He tried to act like an ally and like he was cool with me. But he said some of the same talking points that everyone else said. Okay, so let's address it. He said that my hands were too small. Okay, my hands were too small. The same hands that they measure for, they look you up and down. They check your body inside out. It's not like you get drafted and they just say, hey, we're just going to give you 12, 15, $20 million. No, they know your family history. They know you. They do what's called research. Everything about you, they know. So no one asked why Stephen A. Smith, why Gilbert Arenas, why Stephen Jackson, why all these news outlets that claim to be media, when they just the peanut gallery, they just go along, get along gang, fanboys, they friends with everybody. I'm friends with nobody. I ain't know you niggas before, and I don't want to know you niggas now. That's how I was rocking. When I grew up, that's just how it was. There's no offense. There's a lane for you and there's a lane for me. If we piece up and we rock together, then that's that. But other than that, I ain't trying to make no unnecessary friends and get attached to your emotions because I'm a grown man. See, a lot of you niggas just fanboys. So nobody ever asked.
So right now he's speaking of everybody that he has issues with, and this is how he describes people in the media, particularly if they're black. Basically, they're yes men that basically clout chase for their positions.
Why would, if that's what company bashes its own product? That is a marketing disaster. What company that researched everything about a guy and then comes up with a cockamamie story that his hands are too small? And no one ever asked, why would MJ, first of all, someone with one of the biggest hands that you ever going to see. MJ hands is like a glove. It's like a fucking catcher's mitt. So compared to his hands, yeah, my hands are small. But ask Kurt Ramsey, he was an assistant coach for the Lakers, and he came up to me with the same mumbo jumbo. And then I explained to him a story. He said, put your right hand up. I said, I can't really do that because it's hard for me to open this hand. Because I broke my fifth, metacarpal? Tarsal is feet. I think it's metacarpal. I broke my fifth metacarpal. I want to say, somebody correct me. It might be tarsal, but I think it's metacarpal. And through therapy, well, I'm a full-fledged man. And see, men don't really do what you guys do. You try to stand on a nigga's shoulders to look bigger. But see, one thing you niggas don't understand about women, when y'all be talking the way y'all talking about a man, a woman gonna come find out why you talking about him. Because I be over here minding my business. So let's get back to the story. My hands are small. Cool. We go, even though I broke every record, Mr. Georgia, McDonald's All-America, all these things. Now, all of a sudden, they're too small. Okay, so let's explain the too small part.
Now he's talking about the reason they claimed that his career wasn't good. They based it on the fact that he had small hands.
So now I go on a visit to the University of Florida. And you can check with Udonis Haslam on this. A lot of these guys, they know the truth. That's why they're a little bit intimidated. That's why at 20, it's going to be 40 years later, they're still going to be talking about me. Even though they won't bring up numbers and analytics and say that he was the only number one draft pick that played the amount of minutes he played. But they won't bring that up. But it's cool. We'll let them talk because they're a little bit jealous. No matter how much money they make, no matter how much fame they got, no matter how much radio stations they get, they still talking about little old me that is allegedly a bust. Well, I'm playing in you niggas' head. But anywho, and I know you gonna say you ain't jealous or whatever else. But okay, check with Udonis Haslam. He was on the University of Florida team at this time. Back to the story. So I'm with my boy Roger McCray. This thing that's bigger than you, most of you act like women. See, a grown man always understand We can always tear this bitch up. But I can't leave mama. I gotta protect these women and children. So a grown man, I'll let you slide. Let you say what up. Go and tell your friend about it. But boy, this thing's cuter than a motherfucker. See, that's the difference between a grown man. Some of you do things for show. And we're gonna get into that in a minute. But like I said, ask time. I'm gonna jump around a little bit, because I'll be on my little medicine sometimes. But Tommy Ostrom and Udonis Haslam can confirm this story, because Udonis made a little joke after the fact. But I'm with my boy Lil Mac. We go into a little nightclub. I'm a young man,
Okay, let me get to this. The one he did the next day.
Look at him, Cash. Well, this Wakanda the next minute. It's Black Lives Matter the next minute. Nigga, if I'm lying, I'm flying. I got a broke hand. I'm camp. He was in our pre-draft camp. They asked him, "What do you want to be? What are your goals after basketball?" He said, "I want to be a motherfucking pimp." This boy got a child mind. I'm through a window. I'm recovering from that. I had plenty of injuries. So I'm dunking, I'm killing. Gilbert go tell Eddie Jordan.
Now you're talking about Gilbert Arenas, who he played with.
Bench him because he in my way. And I can't play with him in my way. I can't score like I want to. And because they did, he even said this in his own on the podcast. If you listen to what he said when he was talking to Steven Jackson and the little light-skinned girl, listen to what he said.
The little light-skinned girl.
When I was in school, they never punished me for nothing I did off the court. He would just make me run 5 miles. And I looked at it like, I didn't care. I'm just getting in shape. So this is a little boy who never been punished for anything he did. He's never had a consequence for nothing. He just understood that I could just play this.
Now he's talking about Gilbert Arenas.
Game. And that's what he should do. Shut the fuck up and play a game. Because you talking about a nigga that told his mama at 5 years motherfucking old, nigga, that he was going to buy her a house, and he did it at 18. And you doing them white folks bidding, talking about bus and talking about this. Nigga, every black kid should be a bus then, nigga. I put my mom on a golf course at 18. Nigga, check my real life resume. Fuck a game. I can't fight the system. Who would want to hear that Michael Jordan didn't really draft me number 1 to nurture and raise me to be a basketball player? He wanted to trade me to the Chicago Bulls for Helton Brand. Who wanted to hear that? That would be like talking about Beyonce. Who the fuck would want to hear somebody say that the Beehive will sting the fuck out you? So I know this. I'm a man child. I've been a grown-ass man. I've been taking care of my mama bills since my brothers went to prison. Do it. And that's why Stephen A. and all these guys that they pay to just talk about black people, that's why them niggas, it's more about being a personality and bashing black folk. That's all they do.
Ashe.
Make grown men that have made sacrifices their entire life, that have helped their entire family, that some of these people have a way better head start, a way better advantage. I know white folks studying how in the fuck this boy beat every statistical. They need to do a movie about my life. How did this guy beat every stereotype that they say make you lose? That's why I printed a shirt one day. I got a shirt that say, fuck what they say. They don't breathe life in the kids no more. They tell them they can't do it. That's why they want to bash a guy like me over and over. It's 20 years ago since I played basketball. I got drafted 20 fucking years ago. 20. And a kid that got my life story, that came from the free lunch program with no shoes on his feet, played a nigga for his shoes and left that park with shoes. A nigga that'll persevere against any odds you put him against. They let some nigga that can't play basketball, that's an honorary dog, that ain't never did nothing for real but talk. They let that nigga label the type of nigga I am, a Geechee.
He talking about Stephen A.
And y'all fell for that shit, huh? He's an honorary crew dog. He wasn't online. Nigga don't do nothing but run his goddamn mouth. At the end of the times, the last, what they say, the last will come first and the first will come last and all that. They letting these niggas that ain't shit do all the talking. That's the dumbest shit in the world. Dog, put any NBA player and do the numbers. Give him 25 or 28 shots guaranteed tonight. If the son bitch get hot, he'll make 15 shots, 18 shots. If the motherfucker off, he'll make 7 and get to the free throw line a couple times. There your numbers right there. And I'm gonna try for it. I think I deserve everything. I don't use no excuse. I don't use no crutch. And now all I see is the media and these clown ass niggas up front. All they give kids and give people is a crutch and a reason not to do something. If these niggas get on their podcast and tell these kids how they became themselves, you giving them a roadmap. Every nigga that did what I did, you had to give something up.
Now let me get to the part where you talked about Charlemagne the God, and then we're gonna go ahead and wrap this up.
This and that. Boy, y'all see these two dudes. When are they able to diagnose that type of situation without talking to somebody? So you mean to tell me that I was right? I actually was right. That all the media machine are tied, majority of them. I think you the only black man in the world that can rape some girl and admit to it and then be on a national.
Now he talking about Charlemagne the God and his alleged criminal history. Let me go back to that.
Shit, you pled guilty to the shit or no contest, and your bitch ass is still on a syndicated radio station, motherfucker. Are you God, nigga? You the only black man in the world that can rape some girl and admit to it and then be on a national show, bitch? What, you gotta go to the office and dance for your boss's bitch in a thong? That's why you keep always talking about Bunky and Dick with DJ MD Punk? You motherfuckers done fuck with the wrong one. Now let me explain something to you, you punk bitch. I didn't know my sister that my daddy had when you went to high school with him, you dummy. I didn't even know her. I know her now. I met her at my grandmother's funeral, you punk bitch. See, that's what happened when you speak about shit you don't know what you're talking about. And that's what happens, Charlemagne, when you hang around so many women and sleep on them couches. You try to tell a man that don't identify with what you talking about. Because I know the women you hang around say that a man that'll say you a motherfucking punk bitch. Somehow that's violence. But by definition, that is not violence. Maybe I need my mouth washed out with soap. But that's my opinion. You a motherfucking punk ass bitch. And that's not violence, sir. And I see now, I'm going to stay in my house and I'm going to stay far away from them niggas. Because if something go down, you trying to paint the picture like I'm the aggressor. You didn't even listen to none of the words I said, sir. Jack said we were joking. So I said, cool. Y'all took some personal digs. I know how to joke too, motherfucker. And while everybody is talking about boxing and meeting up, I said to these brothers on my live, tell me when you want to stop joking. Because this is a joke, right? And I noticed we supposed to have such an educated community. And I see they just a peanut gallery. Because not no one challenged none of the points that I said. Not none of them people said, you know what, Jack? You know what, Matt? I can understand why this young man is mad. All he said was y'all didn't have to do that. Matt, Jack, maybe y'all should apologize. But no, now you going down the rabbit hole of making the kid look angry. What I told y'all, people. What I told y'all they was going to do. And y'all keep letting this shit happen. Man, can y'all please stop calling my goddamn phone? Jack and Matt Barnes are my friends. Yeah, what I told y'all. It's the go along, get along game. It's the peanut gallery. And I don't
Okay, let me stop that. I don't want to play too much of it. So basically, you all heard pretty much the gist of what happened, what went down. You pretty much are hearing his frustrations in regards to the media itself and how he was portrayed by Matt Barnes, Gilbert Arenas, Charlemagne the God. He talked about Charlemagne the God criminal history, which I want to definitely dive into. I want to definitely talk about that because I knew that Charlemagne committed some offenses, but I didn't know that the offenses were of the level of what was described. And to me, this can really hurt the image of everything that happened. Charlemagne the God is the one that's probably going to get hurt the most. Because what people are now looking into is the legalities around him pleading down to a misdemeanor. And the fact of the matter, the only reason why he got off is because the little girl refused to testify. And the fact that it was somewhat consensual. But he had no business being with a minor. And that's going to hurt him. I don't see any protection that's going to come behind this. And this is the same man that talked about R. Kelly and everybody else. This is the same man that talked shit about so many people. Charlemagne the God. Now, I want you all to listen to this commentary by this guy that I like to watch in the Manosphere called The Lead Attorney. I want you to hear what he has to say about this. And he's going to talk about Charlemagne the God situation. And to me, he's a lawyer, and he definitely articulated this better than anybody else. So we're going to get into this. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna play this. Okay, let me get the video. It's my video on the screen is not acting right. It's not giving me the sound. So I'm gonna let you listen to The Lead Attorney. This is him. That's him on here. Let me show his picture, and you can go check him out. This is The Lead Attorney. He's actually a board certified attorney. I don't know what state, but I want you all to listen to what he had to say.
Lead attorney here. Hope you guys are doing well. Now, Charlemagne the God. Oh, he is in trouble. He is in trouble. A basketball player by the name of Kwame Brown is throwing all of the shade on Charlemagne the God. He is pulling the bones out of the closet. And what Kwame Brown has just exposed and what he's talking about is the fact that Charlemagne the God pled guilty to contributing to the delinquency of a minor. Now,
Now, he said he pled guilty to attributing to the delinquency of a minor. I don't know. I'm not a lawyer. I don't know exactly what all that entails, but it don't sound good.
Important fact because, maybe something happened in the 90s or in the 2000s. That's one thing. But now in 2021, people's past are coming back to haunt them, especially now when we have this cancel culture. And so people want to know, why was Charlemagne the God able to plead guilty to contributing to the delinquency of a minor, especially when he was accused of felonious engagement in penile vaginal intercourse with a 15-year-old child?
For lack of a better word, basically what he was saying, he had intercourse. He was fucking a young girl. To make a long story short.
Those are big differences. One thing is just contributing to the delinquency of a minor. Another thing is engagement in felonious activities with a 15-year-old child, a 15-year-old girl. Why was he able to get that reduced? So what I'm going to talk to you a little bit about is maybe 5 reasons why that occurred. Now, I've been an attorney for about 20 years, and I've seen everything. The majority of cases that I handle are family law. but I've absolutely handled my share of criminal cases in the past. I'm going to explain to you how this plea bargain deal might have gone down. And again, this is very important. Charlemagne the God is trying to keep this under wraps, guys. He is trying to silence everyone. Kwame Brown, the man who was talking about this, just received a cease and desist letter. He's trying to shut Kwame Brown up. And I'm going to do a video on that as well. This is important. So this is what we're going to talk about. What is the first reason? What's the first reason of why the prosecutors allowed Charlemagne the God to plead guilty to delinquency of a minor as opposed to the felonious engagement with a 15-year-old child? Now, the first reason that prosecutors do this is because a lot of times they can't prove actually what happened. You guys might not think about it this way, but sometimes it's very hard to prove what goes on between two consensual people. Say you walk into a room with a woman and 2 hours passes and both of you walk out. And then you say, okay, lead attorney, tell me what happened in the room. I'm not going to be able to tell you. I wasn't there. These prosecutors aren't there either. So they are going to depend on testimony. They're going to depend on evidence, cameras, and all types of circumstantial proofs that they can get to try to demonstrate what went on. In our legal system, you are not convicted. You are not punished for what you did. No one is ever punished for what they did. They are only punished for what they are proven to have done, right? And in some cases, the reverse happens. Some cases, you can be completely innocent. You could have not done an act, but a jury can be convinced that you did, and now you're punished for something that you didn't do. So whether you did something or not really isn't even the point. The point is, what can the prosecutors prove? And in this case, it could be that they could not prove that there was a sex act between the 15-year-old and Charlemagne the God. Charlemagne was 22 at the time, guys. So it's not like he was 16 or 17 years old.
Wow. Charlemagne was 22 years of age in the same room having sex with a 15-year-old girl. It's a goddamn shame. And all this shit he talk about everybody else. But this is what he's done. He in trouble.
There's a big difference in ages between a 22-year-old and a 15-year-old. And this is what Kwame Brown is pointing out. He was like, what were you even doing in a room with this child? What were you even doing around this child, in this child's presence alone? And again, this is something that Charlemagne the God is trying to keep under wraps at all costs. He wants no one to talk about this. So that's the first reason. Maybe prosecutors were having a problem in proving what happened. Now, the second reason, and this kind of go along with the first, what you'll see in these cases is where you'll have a girlfriend-boyfriend type of situation where Charlemagne the God is actually the boyfriend, the 22-year-old boyfriend of the 15-year-old. So what you'll see in a lot of these cases is that the 15-year-old actually loves her boyfriend. She actually loves Charlemagne the God. What does that mean? It means that she's not going to want to testify against him. The prosecutors are...
Wait a minute now. Come on, lead attorney. What 15-year-old you know that loves? She may wanted to be with him. He used the term boyfriend and love. No 15-year-old should be loving or think they're in love with a 22-year-old man. No 15-year-old, no 22-year-old should allow themselves to be a boyfriend to a little girl.
And need her testimony in so many instances to be able to prove what was going on. If she tells the prosecutors that she doesn't want to testify, then that means the prosecutors are going to have to call her up and they are going to have to treat her almost as a hostile witness because she's going to be uncooperative. There's a huge chance that she might actually perjure herself. And if she perjures herself, what are the chances that a judge is really going to send the 15-year-old to jail for lying on the stand, right? So they might not want to put that girl in this situation. And because of the 15-year-old's emotional connection to Charlemagne the God, maybe that was what convinced their prosecutors to give him that sweetheart deal. You know, it's a huge deal to go from...
Wow, he said a sweetheart deal.
Felonious engagement with a 15-year-old.
And what the hell is felonious? He keeps saying that term felonious. Like, I had to look that up.
all the way down, all the way down to delinquency of a minor, which in most states is a misdemeanor. So you went from a felony where you might have to register as a sex offender that can ruin your whole career. You went from a felony all the way down to pleading guilty to a misdemeanor, and you just received maybe a fine, maybe some community service, and it's all done. And now you're able to have a public image, and you're able to start a career in the public eye without anyone raising an eyebrow, right? But if you had had that felony conviction for doing activity, illegal, felonious activity with a 15-year-old, that could have ruined your whole career. That could have changed the trajectory of your life. So this was a huge deal. This was a huge sweetheart deal. And it could be because the 15-year-old did not want to testify against him. Now, what's the third reason? And kind of this goes along with the first two. Maybe it was the family. Now, guys, I represented a case that was very similar to this case, to Charlemagne's case. I represented a young man. He was 21 at the time, and the girl was 15. And they had been in a relationship for about 5 months. They were boyfriend and girlfriend. And my client is accused of receiving some oral action from his girlfriend in a closet. The closet was in an apartment building that was under construction. And my client was working there, and his girlfriend allegedly came up and gave him some oral satisfaction. Now, you might think, oh, well, what's the big deal about that? The big deal was he was arrested, and the prosecutors gave us a plea offer of 60 years. 60 years to serve in prison for that activity that was consensual. And now we see a young man possibly facing the rest of his natural life in prison. Now, my client did not have to spend 1 day in prison. It all got worked out. But what you'll see in a lot of these...
Let me stop right there. I want to stop there. So basically, he kind of talked about that in detail. So I just wanted to make that point. I don't want to continue going on because he kind of talks about Charlemagne the God himself and this issue. So basically, Charlemagne the God was able to plea down from a felony to a misdemeanor. And he was able to have a life again. Didn't say he didn't have sex. It's not that he didn't have sex with the minor at 22 when she was 15. The fact of the matter is that they couldn't prove it, and she didn't testify. Now, further on in this video, the guy talked about the fact that in these cases, the family, if it's extreme punishment, the family may decide not to go along with it and testify, or the fact that they was given money. In this particular situation, he insinuated that Charlemagne may have gave somebody some money. Now, I'm not saying he did that, but the lead attorney insinuated that Charlemagne dropped a few coins. That's what was insinuated. So this is what's hurting Charlemagne the God. The fact that Kwame Brown brought this up, and he banged on it for the whole week. Now, Charlemagne the God was the one that actually hit first by bringing up Kwame Brown's father, bringing up Kwame Brown's brother and his sister that have committed crimes. He was wrong for that. That had nothing to do with Kwame Brown. He tried to paint a picture that Kwame Brown is maybe violent because his brother was violent and he comes from a violent family. His father was violent and things of that sort, which I think were definitely unfair. You know, so I'm just saying that this is crazy. So that's basically what happened. And I think that was crazy. It was crazy for that to occur. That was crazy for the fact of, and he has this holier than thou, telling black people what we should and should not be doing, telling people all these types of things and what black people should. And look at your past, Charlemagne. So Tiffany says, why are people acting brand new about this though? Charlemagne abused a child was recently huge news, but media gave him a pass. Yeah, but nobody talked about this in detail. Nobody knew about this in detail. I know I didn't. About the fact of the things that led to him being able to plead down. I didn't know all of I still don't know all of the everything that came from that. I don't know all of the parts and pieces that led to him pleading down. You know, matter of fact, I actually didn't even remember it being a minor. I thought it was a woman. I thought it was a grown woman. I'm just gonna be honest. I still don't know all the details. Also, I want to apologize to T Pre for putting you in a timeout. I was actually trying to get to Auntie Sheila, who was saying some crazy stuff. I apologize for that. T Pre, that was a mistake. I'm gonna try to unblock. I don't think I'm trying to unblock you, but it's not allowing me to. So just wait out 5 minutes, T Pre. I apologize for that. But I'm like, Charlemagne, this is gonna hurt Charlemagne. The more he keeps going back and forth, the more he keeps talking about things going back and forth with Kwame, the more people are going to bring attention to this. He's better off letting this shit go and moving forward. Matter of fact, Charlemagne didn't even have to get into this. He didn't have to get into this. He really didn't. Charlemagne should have kept. He don't know how to keep his mouth closed. He really don't know how to keep his mouth closed. Yes, you're right, Tiffany. They gave him a big, forget a huge, they gave him a gigantic pass for this bullshit. And that lets me know the powers to be protect who they want to protect, and they try to take down who they want to take down. But since he wants to get into it with people over shit that happened that had nothing to do with him, put his nose in business for the fact of being a media personality. Kwame Brown coming back at him. So these are the things that have happened. Then you got stuff where he aired out Jamil Hill. I had no idea that Jamil Hill didn't like black men. She married to a white guy. Don't date black men. I had no idea about that. He called Matt Barnes Becky with the good hair. I put on my thumbnail Becky with the hood hair. I mean, this shit. The brother been every live stream is on fire. He's so hot right now. They have to take his live stream down today. He's saying too much. He airing out too much. Kwame Brown is talking too much. If I was Kwame, I'd be on Facebook. I'd be on YouTube. I'd be on Twitter. I'd be on Instagram talking a whole bunch of shit. So Vicky says they gave him a pass because they've got control of him. He knows he can't step out of line. He's a pawn, just like Kwame said. He is. Now somebody else saying he need to be fired. You know, Happy Holiday 2010 says Charlemagne needs to be fired. Why are people talking about protect black women and females? R word was, and a female was R word. Then she was 15. Exactly. Now Jamil Hill had a. They said Jamil. He said Jamil Hill was married to a white man. That's what he's claimed. He said that that's all. Now she may be married. She divorced that white guy, so now she probably married to a black man. But Jamil Hill has a history of dating white men and white men only. So I guess now, after she didn't hit the wall, she decided to have a change of taste. She decided to come to the dark side, come get some chocolate. Yeah, so everybody's big on this. So Sugar Spice said Tiffany Phillips, time flies. I remember, I forgot her name. She is on one of that contact us. Oh yeah, the actual victim of Charlemagne the God actually spoke to a gossip columnist, Star, and gave the story. She now in her 30s. And it's true. She's supposed to be coming out with a documentary, which I definitely am going to be watching. Definitely going to want to watch. And I will wait for that with much anticipation. So, I'm going to go ahead and bring the link out. What's up, Conscious Energy? I'm going to go ahead and bring the link out for anybody that want to talk about this. Talk about Kwame Brown. Kwame Brown was spitting some gems. He talked about trying to get people to put their money together to get into these opportunity zones, investing money. Why are not athletes? They got all this money, putting their money together to own shit. I mean, he was speaking some shit. But the thing about it is, it speaks. We got to understand, man. Kwame Brown was 18 years old. He was actually 17 when he came in the league. And his expectations, they had Michael Jordan is a horrible GM. He's a horrible owner. He's a horrible coach. And they didn't really want him. They wanted Elton Brand. But my thing is this: if you didn't want the guy, you shouldn't have drafted him. That's just another bad basketball move that Jordan made. That's all it is. Just another bad move that Jordan made as a front office person. So Cold Crush, you're getting out of line with Tiffany, so let me go ahead and time you out. I don't play that. So I sent the link out there, guys. Anybody want the link, you can go ahead and get it. Want to talk about this, give your take on it. If I don't get a response in about 5-10 minutes, I'm going to go ahead and end this live stream because I have another live stream that I'm going to be doing on the issues of Vicky Dilliard. As far as her stance, I'm going to do some reviews of what she felt like in regards to Charlemagne, Kevin Samuels, everything that's been going on this week. So basically, let's just in review. This whole situation started with Stephen A. talking shit about. He was talking shit about Kwame being a bust as a number one pick, and that he was a horrible. He was the worst draft pick of all time at the number one pick. Yeah, you can come up, Auntie Sheila. You can come up. You can come up, Auntie Sheila, if you like. Go ahead and get the link. Okay? Get the link, Auntie Sheila. So they talk about this, right? Then Steven Jackson and Gilbert Arenas make comments about it because they've always made comments from time to time about him not being a good basketball player. Then once that happened, everybody else chimed in. Charlemagne the God chimed in, basically came in and said his deal too. Okay? And so once all of that happened, you start having multiple
peace
people.
And love.
You start having multiple people. You began to have multiple people talking about Kwame Brown in a negative manner.
Peace and love.
They put him in a corner where he felt like he had to defend himself, and in defending himself, he starts saying negative things and start criticizing each one of them. And as far as black people's place in the media and how they are controlled and used as puppets. So that's pretty much the gist of it. And then the glaring thing is Charlemagne's criminal history, which we all knew he did some things, but I didn't know it was of this extent. So what's up, Conscious Energy? What's up, brother?
How you doing, D. Darrell?
Hey, man, I'm doing it. What's up?
Man, I just wanted to come by and just fellowship with my brother, man. I want to say this, man. Have some respect when the Godfather is talking, man. I want them to know, man. They got to show some respect when the Godfather is talking, man. You dig? Real talk. Well, man, you know, I want to say this real quick, man, about Charlemagne the God, the Breakfast Club. They really becoming irrelevant. And I'm going to tell you why they're becoming irrelevant. Because YouTube has created a situation to where people who are nobodies are having, a lot of people watch them and stuff like that. And so really the radio, television, all that's becoming obsolete. And honestly, I say 5 years from now, most people will be getting their news from YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. And so that's the future, man, in my opinion.
Wow. Well, hey, I hear you, man, because so many people are watching social media. They're getting their news from the phones. I agree. I definitely agree with that. So you pretty much saying Charlamagne gonna be irrelevant in 5 years.
Man, if 5 years from now, it won't be no Breakfast Club no more. They're gonna have you. Mark my words, they all gonna have YouTube podcasts. Watch and see what I tell you.
Wow. I feel you on that. What's up, Mike?
Hey, what's going on, guys? Hey,
What's up,
the blood was shed. The blood was shed. Charlamagne, the fraud. I mean, the God.
Oh man. Hey man.
hey. Hashtag protect Kwame Brown, man. He the truth right now. We gotta protect that black man. He's the only one being real about this whole media stuff, man. Every time a black man, an athlete, they always talk about his past, his personal background. They never talk about no white man doing nothing bad.
Right. I agree with that.
Hey, remember what's that one? What happened to that football player that beat up his black girlfriend? No one talking about that shit.
It's a lot, man.
Hey man, that nigga Charlamagne, he hiding now. He's scared. He running scared now.
But see that, but this what you get when you talk on so much shit. Somebody gonna come back at you, and that's the issue. He was talking so much shit. Now somebody coming back at his ass.
Yeah, they probably thought Kwame was like a dumbfounded black man. They didn't think he was articulate and he know how to play the game. He was quiet for so long. He was chilling with his acres and stuff, and then people brought his name out. So he had to, release a cannon. He had all that frustration and anger back in the day. That's what happens. It's always on quiet ones. It's always on quiet ones, D. Darrell.
Right.
D. Darrell.
What's up, brother?
I want to say this real quick about brother TCTV, man, because his channel was took away. Right. That's why I've been telling the family we need our own app. We need our own social media platform. That's why I'm doing everything in my power to make Conscious Energy and the Family app a reality, man. Because think about it, brother D. Darrell, how many brothers and sisters have got their YouTube channel canceled for just speaking their mind and exercising their First Amendment rights? And so this just proves my point why this app is needed so bad in the community, man. Because like I said a little while ago, D. Darrell, it can happen to anybody. And you can lose your channel behind a troll with no subscribers and no content. Can flag your channel and get your channel took, man. And it just ain't fair. People work hard for their channels to build them up. You know what I'm saying, D. Darrell?
Right. Well, but yeah, I feel you. Mine got taken down. Your people took my shit down, man.
Oh man!
Come on, man. I mean, you saying that? Your people took my shit down, so I don't know what to say, man. You saying that? You know,
you talking about that? You talking about the anti-fraud warriors?
Yeah, they took my shit down, man. You know they took my channel down.
But check this out, D. Darrell.
Brother Dippin did that shit. Brother Dippin.
No, it wasn't Brother Dippin, man.
Oh hell no,
man, it wasn't Brother Dippin. But look though, hey D. Darrell, I know you and Anti-Afro Spingali. And I think you and Rev G, that's really the really only AFW people that you really got a situation with, because all the other people I know in the AFW, some of the people that I know are stand-up guys and girls, but I mean, there are a few, who do their own thing, but at the same time, man, I'm one of the good AFW, man. I'm probably one of the best AMW because I got love for you, D. Darrell.
I feel you do. Hey,
They be trying to tell me, look, D. Darrell, I ain't gonna lie. People be getting at me in my DMs talking about, oh, you need to stop going on D. Darrell channel. You need to stop talking with him. I'm like, that's my brother. He from Houston, man. If anything, I'm gonna ride with you just cause you from the H-Time, bro.
Hey,
right. And I promote for you, man. Shit. I got your cash up to promote. You know, nobody else doing that. Who else promoting like I promote you?
So yeah, but I'm asking the family, man. Y'all go ahead. Y'all go and donate to that $ Kids Are the Future, man, so we can get this app going, man. You know, and hit that.
Go ahead,
what did he say?
Now I'm saying, how come we never see each other? We both live in
man.
Hey, what happened to that three-way between me and you and Afro? Offline, that online, that offline.
You know, D. Darrell.
Come on, man.
Man, check this out, man. I just don't want to be involved in it, bro. I just don't want to be involved because
come on, man.
You know when I had that debate. When we had that debate on Brother Be Accountable channel, and right after the debate, Rev G came on with you, and y'all was talking, and y'all was supposed to do a debate, right?
Right.
And when I saw what went down, because Rev G was gonna debate you, but somebody got in his ear and told him, not to debate you because
I know that.
Honestly, we all knew if Rev G would have debated you, you probably would have embarrassed him, bro. That's why he did. Because, see, it's different to do a debate than doing a video. When you're doing a live debate with somebody, they can rebuttal anything you saying. So I just think really the problem is, maybe you and Anti-Afro and Rev G, but I really don't know nobody else in the AM. Well, let me see your transcript, but let me see your transcript. We don't get along. I mean, there are people in the AFW that I just don't get along with. Make a change.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't agree with everything folks in the AFW do.
Max V.
Yeah. I mean, brother Binary Code. I know you don't too much care for Binary Code, but
By Curious keep talking a lot of shit, man.
I call him Rush
Hour.
Oh man, I call that nigga Rush Hour. That nigga Lee.
But D. Darrell, I want to tell you, brother, I ain't gonna keep too long, but
okay.
If don't nobody in the AFW love you, I love you, man. Real talk, D. Darrell.
Hey, we good, man. We definitely gonna keep it trill with each other. We definitely trill.
Already.
So all right.
Hey,
brother.
man. Well, let me get on up out of here, man. I just want to come and fellowship with you for a few minutes.
Okay, brother.
Take care of yourself, man.
All right, man. You too, man. Appreciate you for stopping by. I thought he was about to say, yeah, man, I could get up. But I knew Anti-Afro got Rev G punk ass ear, and he decided to, to not do it. It's okay. It's all good.
Hey, I bet the money in the live chat that $20 that he was going to back out. I won that bet.
Yeah, man. So anybody else want to come up? I'm going to go ahead and any words, anything else you want to say about this as far as what you think about this whole situation?
Hey, I just hope he maybe he do like a podcast, some shit, like stay on them fools' necks, man. Like, I mean, he really don't work for nobody, he free, he free to say anything he wanted. I mean, only thing he have to worry about is just YouTube monetizing him. That's it.
Right? Yeah, man. It's crazy though, man. I mean, it is what it is, man. I'm like this, man. Your boy Kwame on fire though. I think he gonna have 500,000 subscribers by next week.
Oh man.
This dude getting 30, 40, 50,000. He keeps saying the more and more he go live, the more subscribers he get.
Man, you heard what he said though. He said he waiting on them to talk more shit about black athletes, and they gonna get on their ass again.
Yeah.
So he was waiting for them to talk shit about them athletes again, and then he gonna go right back on live.
Yeah. So, and the thing, he did save his money.
Oh man, that's one of the smartest brothers. Like I never know he'd be like that.
Yeah.
That's a rare because nowadays these athletes they spoil right now. These athletes.
That's what I'm saying. The dude had to been doing something well. Number one, he came in the league at 17 years old. He played
Right.
12. He played 12 years in the league. He made over $100 million, and he saved his money. He saved his money.
Oh
So my thing, he did something right.
yeah, he did. Like now it makes sense now. Like how these athletes gotta go to college before they go to the NBA because it's all a money. It's a money game. The colleges need to get some money from tickets.
Right.
They don't want nobody to go from straight out of high school to go to the NBA because that's what colleges lose money.
Right.
It's all slavery.
Matter of fact, let me check out Kwame Brown. Since everybody want to talk about how much money he saved, we can find out. I can find out how much he worth. I'm gonna find it out right now.
I think it was like what 60, 100 million.
Hold on. Yeah. Kwame Brown worth. Oh shit, he ain't worth that much.
Probably right now, yeah.
Nah, man. Kwame Brown worth $8 million.
Shit, he's still a millionaire. Shit.
Yeah, he's still a millionaire, but he earned over $100 million during his career.
Yeah, and
damn, hold on, man. He also said that he put his. You know what? It's an issue. He said that Merrill Lynch stole $17.4 million from his account. More, damn, for real?
Damn.
They said Merrill Lynch stole. He said they allegedly stole over $17 million from him.
Oh shit.
Yeah, man.
Hey man, he's his mama seasoning. That's the mama seasoning on this nigga. They getting a mama cooking.
Yeah, man. So I mean, he got money. I mean, he ain't he earned. Man, he made some money.
Yeah,
he made over 100. He said he made over $100 million. He had a lawsuit that revealed that he claimed that they took over $17.4 million from his investment portfolio.
Yeah.
Brown claims that his signature was forged, which allowed advisors to make investments on stocks, and they did not give him. He didn't give him consent.
Shit,
So I don't know what happened with that. He obviously must have lost that money. Well, he ain't broke.
Nah, he got acres. He said he got a lot of acres.
Yeah. He wealthy. I mean, he got money. He ate now. Yeah. He should, to be honest with you, he should be worth about 30-40 million. But he ain't. He worth 8. But hey, he's still in the millions. It ain't like he worth $80,000. That's a whole. That's different. So man.
I was gonna say if he can make this shit into a career. Like he gonna be worth more than that.
Right. The way he going, shit, he can make $1 million or $2 million a year doing this shit. You know, Now he put himself in a position where he can start his own NBA podcast or some shit, and people will pay to see that shit.
They gonna be knocking on his door. Shit.
Yeah,
that's why he getting all them calls. He said he getting a lot of calls for interviews and shit. You know, now people calling it sucking his big now shit.
Yeah, man. He said everybody called him. Now people want to see. He ain't trying to fuck with everybody though. He very exactly. He like, man, everybody calling me now. You know, everybody want to talk to him, but you know, hey man, it is what it is. Everybody want to call him because people want to interview him. They want to put him on platforms. They probably willing to pay him. I mean, Kwame Brown is must see TV right now. He must see TV.
Hey, that was funny though. He said, how the hell Charmaine is gonna talk bad about me and my family, and then they're coming on saying, "Oh, come do an interview. We could talk about this." Like, come on,
exactly.
What kind of bitch shit is it?
There was some bitch shit. He said that was some bitch ass shit. What's up, Renaissance man? What's up, Renaissance man?
Hey, what's up, D the Real?
What's going on,
Can you
man?
hear
What's
me?
up? Yeah, I can hear you well. I can hear you really good.
Oh, okay. Now I've actually I've been doing some work and I was listening to some of the videos that they were going back and forth about. Basically him going back and forth, I guess, with DJ Envy, Charlemagne, and Matt
Everybody.
Barnes and all of them.
Stephen Jackson. Everybody.
The only thing
everybody.
the only thing I will say is that came to mind is like, yeah, it's funny, but then at the same time, it's kind of sad that, you know, it's that's what it takes to get like views and clicks and all of that is you know, I think I can't remember who it was. Someone said, you know, black men essentially acting like teenagers,
right?
You know, going back and forth, cracking on each other, you know, wanting to fight one another, this and that, you know, talking about each other. It's like I said, it was funny to begin. Begin with that first, but then it's like, damn, that's what you really got to do to you know, get a platform going,
right?
Because when I listened to the video, it sounded like he was doing some positive things. Like he talked about, you know, how he grew up, he was talking about how he grew up, didn't have opportunities, and he wanted to, you know, go and, you know, open pretty much like rec centers and all that, and give opportunities for kids to like learn computer and technology skills, things like that. But you know, like I said, it's kind of turned into this back and forth beef now.
Right. Yeah, man. I mean, people watching him, man. It'd be amazing, man. That guy on Monday, the guy had 39,000 subscribers. On today, he got 131,000. And counting.
Oh, that's it. I don't say. I'm surprised. I thought you were gonna say he had 1 million because I saw.
He had 1 million yet. I actually think because my thing is they took his video down today while he went live. I don't think they want to promote him on the algorithm because of what he's saying.
Oh, probably not because they
shadow banning him. They shadow banning him.
Okay, he is. Yeah, he does curse a lot in his videos. You know, and probably says some words that could offend some other communities as well.
Right.
Exactly. So you are right about that because I didn't know what was going on at first, and I saw like it showed up actually in my recommended, and it showed him like live like 20,000 subscribers. And I was like, what the hell's going on? Like, why? I was like, why is everybody watching Kwame Brown? And then I heard I saw another video where they talked about, you know, the beef back and forth, which is kind of funny to me that something that small kind of triggered it. Because correct me if I'm wrong, all it was Jeannie Buss was on their podcast and they were talking about trading Marc Gasol, and he just said, and she said Marc Gasol and Kwame Brown, and he said just Marc Gasol. Like that's what started all this. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, but Stephen A been talking bad about Kwame Brown for damn near a decade, over a decade, and I think he just got tired of Stephen A. Smith constantly talking about him like that, and he was like, man, you know,
okay,
yeah, because see when that happened. Now I'm gonna be honest with you, Steven Jackson and Matt Barnes have also mentioned stuff about him being a bust. But they didn't go in on him like Stephen A. did. Stephen A. was notorious for going in on Kwame Brown.
I kind of feel like he comes with the territory, though. I mean, because he was saying, I think everybody can agree. No one in the NBA is a bad basketball player. You're one of the best in the world if you make it to that level.
Exactly.
He was just a bust in the sense of he didn't live up to the expectations that people set forth. For him. Now, granted, he said he was in the league for 12 years, which means, I'll give you that. You know, that's good money to be
making. Man, but hold on. Let me quote you what he was making. And I'm sorry, man. 1 year, this dude almost made $10 million. So he had some decent years. He just, I'm gonna be honest with you. Michael Jordan messed up Kwame Brown. It's Michael Jordan's fault that Kwame Brown.
I gotta push back a little bit on that.
Let me tell you why. Let me give you the reasons why. Because number one, the dumbass shouldn't have never drafted him to try to trade him to get somebody else. If you don't draft a number one pick
You just trade the pick.
You just trade the goddamn pick. And see, that goes to Michael Jordan incompetence as an administrator, as a basketball.
Now, he was playing at that time, wasn't he?
No, he kind of was playing, but he was kind of like the GM
stuff too.
Yeah, he was running shit and he was playing. And my thing is, he had no business being the GM and the player, and they gave him too much power. Matter of fact, the owner got mad and blocked the trade. That's why they didn't get Elton Brand. Jordan got mad at him, at the owner, and then took it out on Kwame Brown. The dude, they did not develop him his first 2 or 3 years. And see, my thing is this. I know you're saying it ain't totally his fault. I agree with that. Because at the same time, you coming in there, you're a professional, you got to learn to be a professional, no matter what age you come in.
Well, I can get when he said Jordan was too harsh for, a kid.
He was.
Think about when I was 18. They said, he was too harsh. The other thing I would say, though, too, is it wasn't like Kwame Brown just played with the Lakers. I mean, with the Wizards. He played with the Lakers. He played with who else? He played with? He played with several teams.
He played with the Lakers. He played with Memphis. He played with Detroit. He played with Golden State and Philadelphia.
Yeah, that's the only reason I can't just put it squarely on Jordan.
But listen, man, he played.
I will. Let me say this. I will say to this: the media did paint it as it was, and like I said, granted, we're only hearing Kwame's side of the story now, and I have to go back and dig. But the media always painted it as he had a bad attitude and wouldn't listen. That was always my impression of Kwame Brown. Was Jordan was trying to, Jordan, he can be tough, but that Jordan was basically, riding him a little hard, and he had a bad attitude. That was what I always took.
Yeah, little was an understatement. Did you see Jordan in that documentary that he had? Jordan was riding his own players as a player. So imagine him as a player / GM. Jordan was crazy.
But the sad part is with that is, people were saying, like, if you contrast Jordan and LeBron's style, they'll say LeBron's soft. But see, LeBron doesn't do it. But see, that's the thing. People got to decide with it. It's like, okay, they'll say Jordan's the GOAT, this and that, and they'll call the league soft. But then people will get mad and say, oh, he was too hard on him. It's like, okay, you got to have good leadership. Like
LeBron ain't soft on his players. LeBron is hard to fuck. Remember all them complaints LeBron made about getting people. LeBron was not. LeBron was. This is how.
That's the way the old school try to paint it. They try to paint LeBron as
LeBron used to constantly get people traded and shit. What's that guy that had sex with his mom?
Delonte West
destroyed Delonte West's career. Delonte West is homeless right now.
Yeah,
is homeless. And to be honest with you, I don't see how he's homeless because Delonte West played enough years to earn a pension. All you have to play is like 4 or 5 years to earn a pension.
Yeah. Now, I think the Mavs and I think Mark Cuban kind of reached out to him, and I think he's at least in some rehab, kind of stable a little bit now. But that's my only thing is, like, people will criticize LeBron's leadership, but they're like with LeBron, they're like he's more positive. I'm like, well, maybe that's a good thing, because from what people say about Jordan and even Kobe, they said they were kind of bullies in that mentality, and a lot of people ain't gonna respond well to that.
Nah, but see, let me show you what Kwame Brown was making. Kwame Brown made $3.6 million in 2001, 2002, $3.9 million, 2003, 4.2, 04, 5.3, 2005 he made $7.5 million, 2006 he made $8.2 million, 2007 $9 million. That was so his peak years were between 2004 and 2007. 2008, $4 million.
See,
09, 5, 4, man, that's a lot of money, man. I know that's low for basketball, but that's a lot of money.
No,
it's a lot of fucking money. So for you to be calling him up, go ahead.
You're right. It is a lot of money. It's just the funny thing is that's like veteran minimum and like role player type of money when you start talking about NBA.
Yeah. So the dude was not. I'm gonna say this: a true bust is not going to last over 3 or 4 years in the league. No real true bust going to play 11, 10, 12 years in the league. I'm sorry.
The only thing I'll say about that is he's a big man. That's the other thing he got going for him. It's a little bit easier for a big man who's a bust to hang around. Now, I agree with you. He still played decent. he was a bust because he was the first overall pick. If this dude was drafted in the second round, we would have thought nothing of it. It's just really what the expectation was.
Hey, Tiffany said, I can't imagine earning that much money. Shit, I can. I imagine that. Tiffany, I can imagine it. I would love to have $8, $9, $10 million to manage. Shit, that's like paradise.
but here's the thing, D-Real. I was gonna say, but a lot of even NBA players end up broke, and the reason why is
most of them do.
People don't understand lifestyle because you may think
they really don't.
You get used to living. It happens with anybody.
It does, man.
That you see it even when people gain just in like normal in their career. Basically, what happens is for all people in America, their lifestyle increases in general with their pay. So,
over time.
Yep. So if someone starts out making 50 and then they start in say 10 years, they're making 120. I guarantee you their lifestyle has gone up to $120,000 lifestyle.
Yeah, I know mine did.
So it's the same thing with basketball and other these pro athletes. It just goes up a lot more. And once people get used to a certain lifestyle of certain homes, maintaining homes and cars and all that, it's just if you haven't put enough money away to be able to maintain it, that's where they get messed up. But I mean, like you said, if 10 million, if you just put that 10 million in the bank and don't touch it and can get 5% or 10%, that's $500,000 every year.
Man, the way you
10%, that's $1 million every year.
Basically, I'm gonna say this, man. The way you manage money like that, you don't look at that 10 million like 10 million. You gotta look at that 10 million like it's actually 6.5 million, because that's how much money you paying in taxes. You're paying $3.5 million in taxes. That's how you have to look at that. You cannot look at that money. You can't look at it from the gross. You got to look at it from the perspective of what am I getting after taxes? What am I getting after taxes?
Cut it down too when you start talking about agent fees, lawyer fees.
Yeah, shit, that's a lot, man. And so, now all of that does count as tax deductions, so it can help you. But my thing is, you should be living. These guys actually should be putting about. If you clearing 6.5 million, you need to be saving 2 million. You need to be saving a third of that money, and put it.
There was actually a course I saw that they were teaching like college athletes, for when they go like to the NFL or something and get a contract, or even an NBA player. They were essentially saying you should be living off of roughly 50 to 100,000, really, and trying to put the rest away.
50 to 100,000? Nah, come on. That ain't no way they go.
No,
man, they can't live off of that.
D-Real, this is what this is assuming like you coming in like with a league minimum type of contract in the NFL where you making like 800,000 or something like that.
Something like okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, okay.
If you make it, because they're looking at it like, hey, essentially what's happening is you're making all your money now versus normal people. They make their big money in their between like ages 45 to 55, maybe even 60.
Right.
That's when they. And so for you, especially if you're one of these athletes that just got passed along on the conveyor belt, you got a short window to make your money. And then it's like, if you can't get into coaching, you might be selling cars or something, making, very little money. You
got, man, my thing is this, man. I'm setting aside a certain amount of money for businesses. I'm gonna have it like, look, man, I got my after the taxes money. I'm gonna put money to just save as liquid. Then I'm going to invest at least 10 to 15% of my money in businesses and stuff like that. Slowly build them up and things like that. Things I can get multiple streams of income. I wouldn't even invest in a medical insurance policy. A medical insurance policy where if I get hurt and can't play, colleges do this for college players all the time. They have a medical policy that they in case
they did that down in Texas for I think the first major one I heard one was if you remember Colt McCoy when he was playing at Texas.
Yeah, he hurt
his shoulder in that national championship.
He had a medical policy he could have took out. Also, let's see, what's that guy name? The guy, remember Hank Gathers who died with Loyola Marymount? He had a $2 million medical policy that the school took out on him. So his family was
Oh
taken
wow,
care
okay.
of. Yeah.
Hey,
Also, you remember that quarterback for USC? He turned out to be a bust in the NFL.
Not Carson Sanchez.
No, the one before Carson, the one that came after Carson.
Carson Palmer.
No, man, not Carson. I forgot
Matt
that
Barkley.
guy. No, it was before. The one that played with Reggie Bush.
Matt Leinart.
Yeah, Matt Leinart had a $5 million medical insurance policy. And if he, that's why he played his senior year. That's why he stayed, because he knew if all else failed, I'm getting $5 million if I don't work out. If it don't work out,
Yep.
Matt Leinart knew that. That's, to me, that's the only way you can entice as a quarterback. You probably want to play the 4 years anyway. But the fact of the matter is that actually was the reason why he played his senior year. They said, look, we'll take out a big ass life insurance policy, medical policy on you. If you get hurt, we're gonna give you a job. The university gonna give you a job, number one. And we're gonna give you this medical policy. So my thing is, he knew, okay, why not? I'm having fun. I got all the women in the world that I can have sex with.
And you at USC.
And you at USC. They're going to treat me like a king. I can go ahead and get my degree. And I can go ahead and get all this money and all the under-table money, the perks, and everything else that come along with it. Why not? So, it makes sense.
But see, D. Darrell, that's the thing for me is I look at a lot of athletes, a lot of the black ones, and I feel like they get the wrong end of just sports in general.
They do.
It just seems like to me a lot of them don't play it smart in the sense of when I look at now I see it better. Now, granted, if a guy goes to an elite school where like you just can't get in playing football, like you got to have some grades behind it. Like out here where I am on the East Coast, like a UNC or like a Vanderbilt or something like that. That's one thing. But from what I saw when I was in college at undergrad down south, it was like you had a lot of guys who were just, you could tell they were there to play football. And
that's it. And
it was like, exactly.
Yeah,
and it was like,
no backup
if
plan.
if they made the league good and, if they hung around for a few years, but then it's like, they kind of back to where they started. If they even make the league. I mean, I can't, it's crazy how many times like guys I'll look up and I'll be like, damn, he used to lead the SEC in sacks. And
now he's nothing.
Not even playing. And it's like you did all of that, and it's like you kind of, if you don't have any other marketable skills or the network or the degree where you really got something out of it, it's just like it's kind of a bust versus if you, like you said, with the Matt Leinart situation, it's like I'm sure you're meeting all the influential boosters. Like you said, you got a job guaranteed by the school, you got an insurance policy, you can go ahead and get like a master's degree from like an MBA or something from like, which is a top school there, one of the top 20 in the country. So even if you don't do any of that and you go into the business world, you got a 6-figure job already lined up. And it's like, I don't think a lot of us really look at how to play this game smart.
The connections that you can make, you use all the university connections, man. So if it don't work out, you can get put in the industry and make it and be good. But like I said, man, them guys don't think like that. They think and make the league or bust. And they're not taking advantage of the good education that they're being afforded. They're really not taking advantage of it. So this is what happens. You don't take advantage. This is what happens, man. Unfortunately.
And the thing that I saw too, because I actually worked in the athletic department when I was in school. And see, that's where you saw you could tell if a guy had like a strong male figure, even if it wasn't his father in his life, just by how he handled the recruiting process.
Right.
Because you had some guys who came in there and they kind of had that diva, prima donna, all about me type of complex. And then you had guys who would come in there, parents show up, they dress nice, polo shirt, all of that, sitting down, taking notes throughout all the presentations, asking questions. So you just saw how people handled it when it kind of showed like the dynamic between like, black families. Like I said, you saw, poorer ones that, like I said, some guys just didn't handle. And to be honest with you, you saw some that were either poor, but they still handled it well, had a level head. But usually when you saw both the mom and the dad there, just the way the whole recruitment went was completely different.
Totally different. But they were more grounded.
It's like LeVar Ball, his kids.
Right?
Yeah. And parents were at.
My bad.
No, I was just gonna say parents start asking about grades and all that and staying on top of them. It was just a world of difference.
Yeah, man, it is, man. But it just speaks to the parents, man. You want to have your kids as prepared for this, man, because you got to understand when you at that level, people trying to make money off of you. It is the bottom line. The whole university system is about making money off the athlete, off the black athlete, and that's what they're doing. It's all about making money off of it.
I wish I had a dad like LeVar Ball. Shit, he got 3 kids and going to NBA. Like that's an accomplishment right there. That's an accomplishment.
Right. But you know what?
Paying him as a crazy person too.
But the thing that'll be interesting will be this next generation of NBA players and see how. Because LeVar Ball tried to start a shoe, and his problem was he should have just hired a consultant and should have stepped back and let them handle it.
Right.
He had no experience here. But he decided he wanted to run it, and then he hired someone who was basically, it seems like a scam artist to handle the money and stuff. And that's where he messed up. But see, you got people like Shaq's kids who are playing. I believe Dwayne Wade has a son who's playing.
Right.
You got LeBron's son. So it's going to be interesting to see if all those kids go and sign with like a Nike or an Adidas or a Under Armour, or if they really try to recreate that concept, except because their dads are rich, they're not cash strapped like that.
They sure ain't, and they ain't gonna be like, oh, I need all this money up front. They're gonna be like, they looking at long term. To be honest with you, I actually think there's gonna be a player that's gonna want a contract where they want ownership. They want partial ownership of the team.
Oh, they gonna want partnership, or partner, or your ownership of it. Yeah.
Kobe already got some of that. Kobe got ownership in the Lakers when he re-signed his contract.
His last contract?
Not the last one, the one before. Right when after Shaq left, he got some ownership. He got some ownership stake. I don't know how much, but he got some. I'm pretty sure. And I wouldn't.
Oh, wow.
And didn't LeBron just bought into the Red Sox? Didn't he?
Well, that's good. Well, that's cool.
Yeah. He just bought into one, and I believe Russell Wilson has some ownership in the team as well.
Okay. But see,
so I mean, you got some people who are starting to think like that,
right? Because that's where the money at, man.
Doesn't Allen Iverson have ownership of Reebok? He get like residual checks or something like that?
I think so. He has that, or someone put like some money in a trust or something for him.
He has money in a trust. He has $25 million in a trust.
Yeah, $2 million, right? $2 million.
No, $25 million in a trust.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was like a friend of his that did it too. Like I guess he was just spending money so quick, like he didn't even miss $25 million, and he was just smart enough to know, hey, he's gonna need this money. He's gonna blow the rest of this, so I'm gonna throw it in the trust fund for him.
Yeah, he did that. He did that shit. Yeah, man, but that's how you got to do it these days, man. You got to be on that level. I mean, you got to think long term because you're only gonna play for so many years, man.
Yeah, that's what the players gonna think. Yeah,
and even Kwame was talking about too how beat up your body is, because he was saying, these team doctors just want to get you back out there.
True, that's true.
So he was like, he had a hard time initially finding health insurance until they changed that up.
Damn, really?
That's what he said in one of his videos.
Damn.
That he had a hard time getting, and he had to pay for it himself just because, like I said, they know this dude is an NBA player. your knees are probably tore up from running up and down the court that much.
Yeah, he said he had like a hand problem. He had like some
Yeah, he
hand
did have a
problem.
hand problem, right? He did have a hand problem. He had a bunch of problems, man. That dude had all kind of injuries, man. But see, that speaks to, you know, when you're dealing with this kind of stuff, man, that's a lot of wear and tear on your body. You know, it's a lot of wear and tear on you. I mean, it's you can make a lot of money, but you're gonna pay a price physically, especially if you don't keep yourself in good enough shape. You know.
But the thing is, like, all the athletes think they're gonna be the next LeBron. They don't know the next. They always think about being the next LeBron and shit when they get to the NBA.
I feel you.
It's crazy that, like I said, when you think about someone like LeBron and how he looks like he's going to be close to a billionaire when he retires, you got to think how many people don't get there. Like it seems the NBA works. It works better than the NFL, but professional sports in general, it seems to really work for really the top 20 or 30%.
But y'all don't think it's the media fault for doing all that shit? You don't think the media is always picking and choosing which one could be famous and which one could be busted and shit?
Nah, they definitely have their favorites. You go out here and do too much crazy stuff or say the wrong stuff, the media is definitely going to be against you.
It could be an athlete right now, like probably dropping like 20, 50, 15 points, but never get, talked about.
Oh yeah,
Right.
I've heard Kenny Smith talk about that. He's talked about like playing basketball and how he felt so lucky because he knew so many people who were better than him that just didn't get the shot. Or just made a bad decision, or for whatever reason couldn't get where they needed to go. So I mean, yeah, man. I mean, the money is there. You just got to be smart with what you do with money. You got to be smart. You got to be smart about it. You got to be smart. This money is not gonna last. You can't handle this money like an average person handles money. You got to look at it like, look, you can ball out, but you at the same time be smart. You got to make smart investments. You got to have multiple streams of income. You just got to be realistic. Like, look, I got $10 million a year. I got to save a certain amount. I got to invest a certain amount, and I got to be liquid a certain amount of money and pay my taxes. And the other thing is going to be the entourage. Because see, that's the thing.
But that's what they produce those problems for themselves when they do that.
Well, entourage and even family. Because here's the thing: when you start talking about people coming from a poor background and coming into that type of money, you not only have to deal with your mindset, you got to deal with the mindset of poor people in your family who think, "Oh, he got $10 million a year." Not looking at, like we were talking about, D-Darrell. He got to pay taxes. He got to pay these lawyers. He got to pay these agents. He got to pay taxes. So if you got people around you who just like, oh, you got 10 million, so you got it.
They just looking at a raw number thinking, oh, man, he got all this money. He can just splurge it on me. But see, my thing is this. I can't stand people that's counting somebody else's money and thinking because he have a certain amount, that means I'm entitled to something. He don't have to give you shit. Let me give you a goddamn thing. What's up, Flop?
Man. So listen, man. So I definitely love what Kwame Brown has been saying as of lately, right? But I have to ask, Negro, you was in the league for 14 years, and we ain't hear you utter a full sentence for 14 years while in the league.
Yeah, but that wasn't his fault, though. That wasn't his fault.
That's not.
That wasn't his fault, Flacco.
Don't come with that bullshit, Flacco.
Wait till let me tell you why.
Go ahead.
God.
Why? Look.
Go
ahead, Flock. I'm listening.
While he was in the league, right? Brothers like AI, right, was getting killed for dressing how they want to dress, talking how they want to talk. That Negro play ball, wore them suits, and say a fucking word. Right?
What could he do?
Right?
No, But what
All
else
right.
you want him to do? What else you want him to do, Fly?
But now he's a
Oh,
Fly.
Listen though.
Here we go with that propaganda shit.
Listen, right? I'm here's my next question, right?
Go ahead, Flock. You got
Right?
the floor, man. Go ahead. You got the floor. Go ahead.
So Dad Negro ate them butter biscuits and say a fucking word, right? Wore them 3X suits, right? Played ball, right? Got paid by the white man, retired, and now he's a militant black man, and now he's so pro-black Negro.
No, hold on. Nobody said
terrified for 14 years, man. The white man, bro.
Go ahead.
Hey,
I see what he's saying.
Right. Thank you, my brother. Bro, speak on that, bro. Speak on it real quick, my brother. Speak on that.
I want you to finish. No, I want to hear everything you got to say so I can come back. You got more to say. Go ahead. Give it to me.
Right. So, again, I never seen him speak up against the media's attack on strong black men, right? But now it's, oh, my God, I'm this pro-black militant black man, and now he's attacking the media, talking about, yo, you gotta treat us unfair. But nigga, you have 14 years, right? But he was scared because he know, right? Your fucking 4-point per game averaging ass couldn't say shit because the white nigga would have been in your ass, right?
Wait a minute,
that nigga took the white man's money up.
Wait a minute.
The white man had him terrified up. I'm serious.
But D. Darrell, he is right. D. Darrell, here's the thing. Because you can't shame, Matt Barnes and all these people for getting money and taking money from folks when you did the same thing. Let's just admit it. I was on a panel. Wait a minute. Let me finish. Let me say this.
Go ahead.
No, we were on a panel. We were actually on a panel. They were talking about pro-blackness, and one person hit the nail on the head. Everybody is co-optable. That's the system. It buys people off. Whether we like it or not, it does it for. All of us are susceptible to it. It's just when dudes want to come out and shame someone else, when it's like, come on, man, you did the same thing.
Bullshit. Come on,
man. Yeah. Hold on, wait a minute. Hold on. Let me ask Flacco this. Flacco.
Hey,
let me ask you, since you want to get on Kwame Brown, what would you have done if you was in his situation?
That's
the question. What you would have did?
I'm a cool ass Negro. No, Price is Right. I'm serious. Bro, I was butter biscuits, bro. I'm serious. Listen up, bro.
Go ahead.
If the Price is Right, I would eat them butter biscuits, bro, and I wouldn't have no fucking thought in the world, right? But I will never eat them butter biscuits and then come back and try to tell y'all how I'm not to sell out. Negro, you sold out.
How did he sell out? That because he did what the league told him to do?
Yes.
That was the rules. What the hell else he can do, man?
For 14 years.
You can't talk shit when you're a minimal player?
No, exactly. 14 years to have you ever heard him speak about racial injustices? Have you ever heard him speak about the media's poor treatment of black players? 14 years in the league, taking the white man's money. Have you ever heard him speak out?
Nobody let him speak. That's what I'm saying. The brother, he was silenced. They didn't want him to speak. Nobody was interested. But hold on, bro. Wait a minute. Who was interested in Kwame Brown speaking in the 2000s? Let's be honest. I'm just saying. Who would have been interested in hearing him? Nobody.
But D. Darrell, let's say this though. Who was interested in Kaepernick before he spoke?
A lot of people.
Nah.
Wait a minute. You mean Kaepernick that went to the Super Bowl? You mean Super Bowl NFC champion Kaepernick? The Kaepernick that went to the Super Bowl and lost? Oh, that's totally different. That's not a good analogy because he has success. Kwame Brown never had the success that Kaepernick had. Come on, man. That dude was a starting quarterback that led the league for quarterbacks in rushing.
But a multi-millionaire, right? Where he could have started a platform and then uplift black voices to speak out against it, right? For 14 years, he
you
ain't
can't
shit.
do that when you at the edge, man.
Hey, another one has D. Darrell. I think his name is Eton Thomas. He now he spoke. Boyce Watkins has spoke about him.
Oh, Eton, okay.
Yeah, he's done it. No, that my only thing is, like he said, just don't you. Like I said, everybody took the money. Which, like I said, there's nothing wrong with being strategic and taking the money. That's kind of where we shoot ourselves in the foot. Is
okay.
Hey,
okay.
Like I said, it's just you can't shame someone else when you took the money as well too.
Okay, but let me say this. Let me ask this question. Okay, now why shouldn't he respond back after Stephen A. Smith has been going at this man for over 15 years about him being a bust?
Wait, has he been going at him personally?
Yeah. What?
Yeah.
He did a college tour.
Yeah, man.
A college tour.
Wait, a college
Man,
tour.
Stephen A.
Oh, damn. I didn't know that.
Stephen A. went at this man hard for over 18 years, man, including right now. Every time you talk about bust, man, you can talk about bust, all-time bust in sports history. He will bring up Kwame Brown name, number one.
He went to people colleges talking about don't be like Kwame Brown.
He sure did. He did that, man. He did that shit, man. That was embarrassing. That was uncalled for. That shit was
went hard, bro.
That shit was uncalled for him to do that to Kwame Brown, man. You didn't have to, this dude went to an educational institution and told those kids, this is the person you should not want to be like.
Damn.
That's hard, man. That's personal. That's personal.
So he was telling people to go to college. Basically, he said when you join the league, you better go to college first before you go to the league.
But
you're gonna end up like Kwame Brown.
But to be honest with you, D. Darrell, correct me if I'm wrong. Because I remember when they were drafting NBA players out of high school like that.
Right.
Is there any other NBA player drafted out of high school that's been even close to that big of a bust?
Yeah, there's plenty of them.
Yeah, I'm Sean Livingston.
There's plenty of them that went, but they got stats. Some people didn't even get drafted.
Sean Livingston, bro.
Yeah.
Sean Livingston was an all-star, wasn't he?
Sean Livingston was a bust, man. He didn't even start. Sean Livingston from California, he didn't do shit. You know what?
A dunk contest or something.
Yeah. Really? Come on, man. Really? Come on, brother.
I can't remember. I know the name Sean Livingston.
Sean Livingston out of California. He was out of California. He was California Player of the Year.
I'm about to look up his stats now.
He turned out to do nothing. He turned out to do
nothing.
He
won 3 rings though. No. He won 3 championships, right? I won the Warriors, right, bro? But listen though, bro, coming out, bro, he was God, bro. He was a 6'7" point guard who could shoot, had fucking handles, bro. Then he got hurt. Yeah, dude, I'm choking.
What the hell you smoking on, Paco?
Nah, bro. Bacon chicken nuggets.
The spicy shit.
Bro. It's vegan chicken nuggets. This is crazy.
You know who else turned out to be nothing? What's that guy that played with Gonzaga? That little nerdy looking white boy. Yeah, Aaron Morrison was a bust. Aaron Morrison lasted like 3-4 years.
That was a bust.
He lasted 3-4 years in the league, and he was drafted a number 1 pick in the lottery. That's a bust. That's a bust.
That was a bust.
No, I was just saying out of high school. Because I was gonna say I remember that draft. Tyson Chandler got drafted in that draft. He actually was able to revive his career with New Orleans a little bit.
Yeah.
Elton Brand went to Dukes. Never mind him.
Yeah. But as far as out of high school, there's a bunch of guys that got drafted that didn't do that well. You just don't know their name because we didn't know their name out of high school. It's a ton of guys that got drafted.
Andrew Bynum to me. Listen though, Andrew Bynum to me, right, bro. He was on that, bro, on his way. Then that injury just fucked him up, bro.
Right? It's a bunch of guys, man. Like I'll have to do but it's actually more that didn't make it than those that did.
Okay, Keith. So you think Morrison was a bigger bust? I'm sure.
Oh yeah, Morrison was way bigger of a bust. He ain't last for 3-4 years. Man, I'm gonna have to look it up.
Nah, bro, it's some dudes right that was like drafted like with like a 20 with like a 28 pick, right?
Man, what are you doing?
Is this one okay?
This nigga, what's wrong with this nigga?
Nah,
What's the hell wrong with you, man?
Like
the full time. Yeah.
I kicked him out acting like that, man. What's the hell wrong with you?
What about I'm trying to think. Oh, someone said Eddie Curry. Yep. Sebastian Telfair. Yep.
Well, hold on, wait, bro. Sebastian Telfair wasn't a bigger bust than Kwame Brown.
Nah, what about Carly Young turned out to do nothing?
Did that guy Ricky Rubio? Did he ever do anything?
Yeah, Rubio good. Leon Smith, he didn't do shit. Martell Webster didn't do shit. Eddie Curry, remember the bust that Eddie Curry was?
Yeah, I do remember
Eddie
that.
Curry was horrible.
He was in that same draft, I believe.
Darius Miles, to me, Darius Miles played decent. He played a little better than Kwame Brown. Darius Miles didn't turn out to do nothing either. Then Sagano Diop didn't do shit. It's another African guy, Ebe. Remember Ebe?
Nah, that's like
No, what's his name? Nadudi Ebi.
No, dude.
He turned out to do. He played 19 games in the NFL in 2 seasons, and then that was it. See, a lot of that guy was drafted in the first round. That dude played 19 games in the NBA in 2 years. That's a bust. See, that's what I'm saying. You can't be considered a bust if you played 10, 11 years. And made it. That dude almost made $10 million in 1 year. They ain't give him that money for nothing.
Who? Kwame Brown?
No, Kwame Brown, yeah.
Yeah, he made $40 million right his career.
No, he made $100 million. He made over $100 million.
My God, damn.
He made $100 million. I'm sorry, man. That ain't a bust to me. I'm sorry. You can't call it a bust when you make $100. Nobody giving you $100 million over 12 years to do nothing.
Marcus Russell.
Yeah, Jamarcus Russell. That's what.
He was starting 5.
Yo, no. Listen, no. Here's a bigger bust though.
That up.
Anthony Bennett. That's a bigger bust. You call it Kwame Brown, bro. Anthony Bennett got drafted in the worst draft class.
Oh, you know who was a bust that played along? Sean Bradley was a bust for the money. He got drafted number 1 by the Dallas. He ain't nowhere live up to the expected. He played a whole bunch of years and he ain't do shit.
No, but he got hurt.
He was a number 1 pick.
Sean Bradley was the number 1. No, he didn't get hurt. He never get hurt. Sean Bradley didn't get hurt. Sean Bradley was sorry.
He was down there in Dallas too.
Yeah, he was in Dallas. Remember, Sean Bradley got drafted in the 90s, man. He got drafted the same year Shaq got drafted. Matter of fact, he got drafted in like 89, 90, something like that. 91 or what? I think it was 91. He got drafted.
D-Darrell, he did play some years.
I know, just what I'm saying. He played just as many years as Kwame Brown. He played a lot of years just like Kwame Brown. And he didn't do nothing, but he got some blocks. Now, he did block some shots, but he barely scored and he didn't rebound that good.
He didn't have any coordination. He was just awkward.
So my thing is this. Yeah, he got drafted in 93. Sean Bradley got drafted in 93, and I think he played till like 2000. He played like 12, 13 years in the league.
As a W.
But he had the same type of numbers Kwame Brown had.
Yeah, that's true. You know who could have been really nice though, man? Greg Oden, man, bro. He could have been like a motherfucking.
Now he was a bust. That was a bust too.
He got hurt though. He got hurt.
He got hurt. Yeah,
he did. But he stayed hurt though, and he was hurt in college.
Yeah,
he had bad knees.
Real bad knees. Yeah, real bad knees. I never thought he was that good. I never thought he was that good.
I thought he was good because didn't he break his hand when he was playing at Ohio State? And he
all Greg Odom did was dunk the ball.
He was and
the thing about it, he had bad knees. He couldn't get up. He couldn't run. He couldn't run the floor. And he dunked the ball. That's it. That's all he did. He wasn't nothing special. Man. I didn't like his game. I never was a big fan of his at all.
Didn't they take him over? Didn't Portland take him over Kevin Durant?
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
That's
took him over Kevin. Exactly.
man, bro.
And they took Bowie over Jordan.
Yep, took Bowie over Jordan. Didn't work out.
Damn.
So, hey, it happens, man. It happens.
Oh yeah, Skip Bayless was going over Jordan's picks when he was in Charlotte as the manager. How many people he missed
horrible picks. He missed on a whole
Worst
bunch of
manager
picks.
ever.
Yeah, bro.
The worst.
Jordan has
manager
been
ever.
terrible, bro. That nigga.
Jordan need to just let somebody else just make
Just
your money and go to the side.
No. To his credit, though, right, bro? He never got to draft number 1.
Thank God. No, yes, he did. He did draft number 1, Kwame Brown. He drafted Kwame Brown number 1.
Number one.
Shit.
That don't count.
That don't count.
Nah, come on. He was the
Oh
bro.
man. Nah, they
Bro.
went down over some of the picks. I mean, this dude drafted, I can't remember who, over like Damian Lillard.
Man, Jordan messed up.
He missed on a bunch.
He missed up a bunch of shit. That shit is like you get fired for missing on the shit that he did.
I mean, superstars.
Kwame Brown, with again, he was projected to go number 1 since his junior year, right? So
Right.
So right. Like, how can you fault Jordan for doing what everybody else would have done, right? Right?
No, nobody would have picked Kwame Brown. He the one chose to take a risk on a high school player. That's a big ass risk.
Wait, who else got drafted on that draft?
Eddie Curry, Tyson Chandler, I believe, was in that draft. Elton Brand was in that draft.
Come on, bro.
Kirk Heinrich. Wasn't Lou Aldang in that draft?
You haven't listened to nobody like a game changing yet, though. You feel me, right? Like, you feel me, like Tyson Chandler was a bust at first, and then changed it around.
Yeah, he became an all-star at one point, I believe.
You feel me, bro?
Yeah.
But the all-star was tainted though, bro. Like he was averaging about like 10 points per game and like 20 rebounds, bro. Feeling right, feeling right, like so. Like, come on now, like
I'm looking it up right now.
Yeah, right.
Oh Lord.
No,
he had some horrible ass picks, man.
No, right? And Brand again, like he was an all-star, but he wasn't something like that was like just like game changing.
Elton Brand was just a good NBA player.
Bro.
No, he wasn't nothing special.
Lou Aldang is the finesser of the century, man. That nigga for getting paid $20 million per year for
nothing.
Fucking nothing, bro. Man, bro, like that's crazy. Lakers.
Well, Paul Gasol was number 3.
Well, that was a good pick. He missed out on Paul Gasol. That's atrocious. You missed out on Paul Gasol and picked him. That was bad. That was bad.
You had Jason Richardson at number 5. Who he had some highlights. He won the dunk contest. I remember he was an all-star at one point, I believe.
That's something special.
You got Shane Battier, who was a nice role player. Joe Johnson. He was drafted number 10.
Joe Johnson.
Yeah, the guy who used to play for the Hawks. Who?
Joe Johnson.
Yeah, Joe Johnson was good with Phoenix too.
He was nice. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Joe Johnson.
He was nice.
He was a good pick.
Zach Randolph.
Zach Randolph was good.
Yeah, bro, like a Hall of Famer. Okay.
Yeah, he missed out.
Tony Parker. Tony Parker was the first pick toward the back end. Gilbert Arenas.
Oh, what? Wait. Who got drafted for Gilbert?
Oh man, Gilbert went 31.
What? You're kidding?
No, Gilbert's always had that chip on it because that's what the number 0 was for. When he went to Arizona, the coaches told him that's how many minutes he'll play. So that's where he got the number 0 for his jersey. That's why they called him Agent 02. Yeah, he's always been on the. He's always been on the radar. That's another one who Kwame Brown was roasted on the podcast.
Oh yeah, because Kwame was talking about when he was at Charlotte for that year with Gilbert Arenas. Gilbert Arenas could score, man, but he wasn't a championship type player though. He wasn't what he was. Yeah, Gilbert Arenas would bail out in the playoffs, man. He didn't show up in the playoffs like that.
Wait though. So tell me, right? Difference between Kobe and Gilbert Arenas.
It's a difference.
wow.
A big ass difference.
You crazy.
It's a big difference. Kobe Bryant could shoot way better than Gilbert. Kobe Bryant was post up. Kobe Bryant defended way better. Kobe Bryant was more explosive. Gilbert Arenas was a good perimeter shooter. He could score. His defense was good, but not great. But he didn't make the rest of his team better either. Remember, he played at Washington. He played all the years at Washington. He didn't do shit. He didn't do nothing. Like, man, he was a good player, but he wasn't a player that's gonna put you on his back.
Nah, he averaged like 28 and then 30.
But he didn't win, man. He didn't win in the playoffs.
But listen, he averaged 30.
But he didn't win in the playoffs. You gotta win in the playoffs. He didn't do that.
The only thing the main thing he did stupid stuff too. I'll never forget when he brought the
guns and shit. Brought the damn guns in the damn place.
He got suspended for what, a year?
Yeah, he got suspended for a year for that shit.
Oh yeah, and then was stupid enough. Here's the other thing. I'll never forget this. He did that, making a joke about it, and I don't even think they were gonna punish him. And then he went out there like the very next night, and like when they called his name, he did like a dance and like literally pulled out created a gun with his finger and shot his teammates and they fell over. And that's what I think got him suspended.
Crazy. Crazy, man.
Right? You know who to me, bro? Like, again, this might be blasphemy, right, bro? But I tell all of my friends this, bro. I will take a prime Tracy McGrady over damn near any other player who ever lived other than Jordan.
No, hell no. I wouldn't do that. I'd take a whole bunch of players over Tracy.
No.
Because you saw him down in Houston, Dieterell.
He was another one that didn't get it done in the playoffs. We didn't win no playoff. We didn't win no playoff series with him.
A prime McGrady. Tell me right again. Who will you take over a prime Tracy McGrady?
I take Shaq over Tracy McGrady. I take Kobe Bryant. I take Allen Iverson. I take LeBron. I'll take KD. I take Tim Duncan. It's a list of players, man. Allen Iverson was way better than Tracy McGrady. Allen Iverson made the championship.
Come on,
huh? Yeah, he made it.
6'1"
Allen Iverson had a sorry team in Philadelphia, and they made it to the conference finals. Tracy McGrady never didn't. Tracy McGrady never got out the first round of playoff. I take Grant. Man, to be honest with you, I'll take Grant Hill in his prime. I would take Grant Hill over Tracy McGrady in his prime.
No. Grant Hill
got hurt. Grant Hill got hurt, but Grant Hill was better than Tracy McGrady in his prime.
Grant Hill got hurt right before he went to Orlando.
Yeah. Another person I would say.
Jordan, though, right?
What?
Oh yeah, they were comparing Grant Hill to he was up there.
Grant Hill that's Jordan.
Yeah, right? They was comparing it, but he wasn't that good. Grant Hill wasn't aggressive enough. Another person I take Steph Curry. Man, do you see how Steph Curry playing? Man, Steph Curry better than Tracy McGrady.
You can't say that, Uncle. Here's why you can't say that, right? I wouldn't take any guards who are over Tracy McGrady, bro.
Steph Curry is the exception.
It's not enough value.
And Allen Iverson. Matter of fact, I'll take Paul. What was Chris Paul? I take Chris Paul over Tracy McGrady.
I would take him in his prime. I would take Darren. What's his name? Darren. The dude who played at Utah in his prime.
Oh, Darren. I know you're talking
Darren
about
Williams.
Darren Williams. Oh yeah.
I would take him. I take Derrick Rose in his prime
over Tracy McGrady.
I'll take Russell Westbrook now.
Bro. Come on, bro. Bro.
Man, Tracy McGrady was scoring a lot of points, but man, Tracy McGrady did not show up in the playoffs, man. He did not. He couldn't lead a team past the first round.
He could do it all. He could score. He could pass. He could play defense.
Yeah, but he didn't win. He didn't win. You got to win.
But
that don't mean nothing if you don't win.
But Uncle, find me a more complete player other than LeBron James.
We just named him.
No, Allen Iverson is not a more.
Allen Iverson was quick. He was a great scorer, and he got a lot of steals.
Yep. Now he wasn't a good. He wasn't a good one-on-one defender, but he got a lot of steals. He gambled, but you couldn't hold Allen Iverson. Man, Allen Iverson would put 50 on you at any time. Tracy McGrady needed a lot of shots. He also needed to shoot the ball a lot.
He averaged like what? Like, bro, he
averaged like 26, 27 a game.
Nah, he averaged like 30 points per game for like.
He ain't averaging. You can check the stat. I know. Right? I watched him in Houston for 5 years.
Yeah, Google that right now. Nah, Renaissance man, Google that right now. He averaged the 31.
Wait, Flacco. Right? When do you consider him in his prime? Because I thought wouldn't his prime be Orlando?
No, he was in his prime with Houston.
Yeah, right.
His prime over here.
Houston, right?
In his prime. Yeah, he was in Houston in his prime.
Yeah, look up stats real quick, bro. He averaged like 30 points per game for at least two straight years.
He didn't win. He didn't get past the first round of playoffs. That's all I'm looking at.
But look,
McGrady
it's a team game though.
Huh?
It's a team game though.
I know that, but if you the first option, you gotta lift your team out of the first round.
Okay. He averaged 32 and 28. And that was in 2000 in the 2002-2003 season. He averaged 32 points per game, and then the 2003-2004 season he averaged 28. That was his highest career stats. And then when he went to Houston, he averaged 25 his first year, and then it just fell off. It just continually went down after that.
Exactly.
Yeah. Look at 32. Yes, listen right. Give me that 32 points per game, Tracy McGrady.
Just 1 year. That ain't nothing.
It's over for niggas, man.
But yeah, bro, he didn't get past the first round.
At his prime.
It don't matter. He didn't. You got to win something too, man. You just can't have stats.
Elite scorer, elite defender, right?
But he didn't get his team past the first round.
And a good passer.
It don't mean nothing. You didn't win the first round. You gotta give me some championships, conference. Get to the conference championship and the league championship. Then you talking about something. He did not get past the first round.
Before LeBron, though. Wait though. Before LeBron, though, Anthony Davis ain't do shit. But like you guys calling him a top 4 power forward of all time. So you feel me? Like
but he won a championship last year.
Wait, who called him that? I don't call him top 4 yet. I still got Tim Duncan ahead of him.
He got a lot more to do.
Right? Who else? Here.
Tim Duncan. I'll put Kevin Garnett ahead of him.
Okay. And who else? Yeah, top 4.
You got to put Karl Malone.
Yeah. There's a lot of power forwards. I mean, he ain't accomplished enough yet. We will see at the end of his career, he may be there.
Yo, you know
what about Well, I would put him ahead of C. Webb.
Yeah, facts. I would say. I would say Kevin Garnett, Tim Duncan, David Robinson. Wait, was he a power forward or center?
He played the center.
Look, Karl Malone, right? Garnett and Tim Duncan and Anthony Davis. Those are top 4 of all time.
I feel like I'm missing some people.
Who?
I feel like I'm missing some big names.
It is. There's a lot of names,
bro. Anthony Davis. Again, in New Orleans, bro. He averaged. I think it's like 28 and 12 and like 2.5 blocks per game.
Wait, say that again, Mike.
Who? Mike.
What about Latrell Sprewell?
Man, come on, bro.
They saying Charles Barkley. I think AD is better than Barkley. Barkley just ran his mouth.
Yeah, AD was better than Barkley.
Bro, AD averaged what, like 30, 13, and like 2.5 blocks per game, bro. That nigga was, bro. You couldn't fuck with him. We call it
right, but you gotta win. You gotta win. You gotta win some. You gotta win some playoff games, though. You gotta win series.
You know who's gonna go down to me as a top 2 center?
Who's that?
If he stays healthy, it's Joel Embiid.
Oh yeah, Embiid can do it if he continue and stay healthy.
Top 2 all time, bro. Yeah. I'm talking about, bro. We've never seen a more polished center, bro. bro.
I ain't gonna say all of that, but he good, but I ain't gonna say all of that. They're way better sinners than
No.
Now my nigga Matumbo. What about Matumbo?
Man, come on, brother. Bro, I'm talking about handles, perimeter shots.
Don't forget Matumbo. No.
Bro, handles, perimeter shot, defense, scoring. Come on, bro. You can't fuck with him.
I'll tell you who's my fourth ahead of AD. I think you got to put Dirk ahead of him.
Dirk Nowitzki?
At least right now.
Nah, man, nah.
I don't think Dirk is better than Anthony Davis.
AD at his prime, come on, bro. Nah, bro.
Think about Dirk in his prime, though.
Dirk was good, but I'd give AD the edge on Dirk. Because Dirk ain't play no defense. Dirk ain't play no defense, man.
But here's the thing, and you got to look at the time. I also think about the time. Dirk was kind of the first big man shooting the three like that.
Right.
I feel you. Well, guys, we're going to go ahead and wrap this up, man, because I got to go back live again in about 3 hours. So I'm going to go ahead and take me a break. Yeah, man.
What are you going live on tonight about D Darrell?
Vicky Dilliard, review of Vicky Dilliard on Kevin Samuels, Kwame Brown, and Charlamagne. I'm going to do a review on what she talked about. Her opinion of it. Yeah.
Charlamagne called the cops on, you call it.
Oh, who?
Right?
Who called the cops on him?
No. Sorry.
Oh.
His lawyers did a cease letter.
Oh yeah. Charlamagne gave us a cease and desist.
Yes.
But cease and desist. Yeah, but that was because of the rape allegations. You don't want nobody talking about. You don't want Kwame talking about that. That's why he did it. But you shouldn't have. But he ran his mouth first. That's what you get. You want to talk shit about the man family and stuff. He should have kept his mouth closed.
But do you think he was trying to be offensive, D Darrell? Because I heard
man. The dude brought up the man dad. The dude didn't even really know his dad, and he brought up a brother he wasn't even raised with.
Barely know him.
And a sister he barely knew.
You
want to bring that up? You want to bring that up like they fucking like they grew up together and stuff. Like, man. And the bottom line, they from the same area. Charlamagne knew that. Charlamagne knew that. He was doing that shit to try to make that dude look bad.
But see, he was saying leave him alone. Like that he's not a dude.
But he was being passive aggressive. You gonna say all that bad shit about his family, and then gonna say leave him alone? Really? Come on, Charlamagne. But he do that kind of shit.
That was some bitch shit.
Man, you can't do that.
Now I will say this: I always have wondered how Charlamagne has the platform he has with the background he has. I mean, that dude used to be what a drug dealer and
all kind of shit. Kind of shit. So yeah, man. So I'm gonna be on tonight, guys. Y'all have a good night. Y'all have a good day. I'm taking a little break, 3-hour break. I'm gonna get some lunch. I may go shopping or go to the mall and look at a few things and hang out, whatever. And I'll be back. Got a couple little errands I gotta make. And I'll see y'all.
Not gonna be a sugar daddy at that mall, either.
Nah, nigga. I ain't trying to get the bag for another female, huh? I ain't trying to get a bag for nobody. Nah, man. I'm going down the street. They got a little mall. I'm going to Baybrook. I'm gonna hit Baybrook. I don't feel like traveling to the Galleria. That's a 35-minute drive. I don't feel like going that far.
I'm heading over to the Galleria right now.
All right, brother. All right, guys.
I'll catch you later, D Darrell.
Peace.
Yeah.